Hello everyone, here we are again coming to you from the Gnostic Culture channel, and in this opportunity we want to talk about the dreams. It is something that we should give a lot of importance, because if we analyze the nature of the dreams, how many hours a day do we spend resting or sleeping in our bed? If we think about this, each person spends an average of 6 to 8 hours per day dedicated to rest, to sleep. This rest is necessary because thanks to it, nature helps our physical body to recover its vitality, its energy. But what we wanted to touch on today is, what do we do when we go to sleep? When we go to sleep or to rest, it is scientifically known that the brain continues to function. It continues to work. There are people who remember their dreams, and there are others who do not remember their dreams. Yet this does not mean that they do not dream. Everyone dreams. Everyone, when they go to rest, when they go to sleep, he or she has thoughts and dreams. Those dreams are projected according to the environment in which we live or move. So that is going to be the characteristics that our dreams are going to have. Then there is also what is known as premonitory dreams, where we receive messages through our dreams. There are people that have received a revelation in which they saw themselves suffering an accident. They saw themselves in some circumstance or environment that later took place in the physical dimension, like a repetition of the dream. And what were they able to do? They were able to save their lives in some cases. We also can identify features in our dreams that can help us to know ourselves psychologically and emotionally. So it is very important to know our dreams, because the dream is going to show us the psychological and emotional states that we currently have. If in our daily life we are psychologically or emotionally unstable, then the dream will show us something that will reflect our imbalance. I'm going to tell you about an experience that I had. Sometimes, talking about ourselves is not a good idea, but this example is very good. I remember when I was in my parents' house back in Argentina, because now I'm in the beautiful country of Brazil. It was a very hot summer. I was around 7 years old. There was the courtyard of the house in the background, and my parents were there talking with the family. I went to rest in the house because it was very hot, so I lay down and threw a mat on the floor and slept. I went to take a nap. Suddenly, I got up and went to talk to my parents, who were at the back of my house. I was talking to my parents, talking and speaking to them about things, yet they were not paying any attention to me. It seemed a little strange to me. I was 7 years old, a child. So I went back again, and when I went back, what did I see? A physical body in the living room. Obviously, I got scared. I got closer, and I saw myself. When I saw myself laying there, I saw something entering through my head, through what is known as the pineal gland. And I felt that a spirit or something had entered inside of me. I was frightened. I came out and I got up. When I got up, I could not move. I was very rigid and afraid. But when I managed to stand up, I went to my parents, because every child goes to see their parents, his mother, because I was so scared, so insecure. And I told them what had happened to me, that a spirit had entered my body, something like that. And my father knew about this metaphysical knowledge. He knew about these things, and he told me to stay calm, that this was normal. Every human being has a soul, and this soul leaves the physical body at the time of rest. Then we can experience in a practical and clear way with the tools and techniques given by Gnosis, we can experience that when we put the physical body to rest, our soul leaves our physical body and we go to the world of dreams, where every person experiences dreams. Why are we talking about this? Our objective is that we understand that there is another world or dimension parallel to this one, which is known as the world of dreams, known metaphysically as the fourth dimension. It is the world in which we unfold when we sleep, and it is very important because our sleep reveals many psychological states, many states of consciousness that a person can have. The example I gave you from when I was a child, every child has a similar experience. All of us did, but not all of us remember it. So it is important that we remember our dreams, because remember our dreams guarantees that we are living in the world that we currently are. If you like this video and you want to know more and dive deeper into this subject, there is a link in the description where you can subscribe, and thus you will continue to receive more videos related to the world of the dreams.